We're live with Fanime Friends, episode 2. These ladies have lots of plans, and me and Lunga are just along for the ride. We'd like to learn more about some anime. And I'm going to tweet out the link, not to the actual StreamYard. Christy is like always in my head when I think about that. I'm sorry we were running a little bit late. We're just having so much fun.
We were playing around with our headpieces.
That seems fun.
It was me. I take a long time to get ready, put my mask on.
What would be the appropriate greeting? Mushy, mushy.
Mushy, mushy. Mushy, mushy. Actually, there is a fun legend behind that. I can't remember 100%, but it deals with like a fox. It was a fox.
There's always a fox.
It's always a fox. Yeah. I love fox. That's kind of as much as I can remember, but it was a trickster fox, and the only way to figure out if he was being sincere or something was by answering it like mushy mushy. So that's all I know.
I think we saw that. Was it a movie?
There was like a series. There's a YouTube video on it actually, and I hadn't originally known. I don't think most Japanese people know what it means.
Marie, remember we watched that one anime with the legend about the person who the trickster foxes, and they were hunting them down. The one girl turned into the fox. You'll remember.
Yeah.
Okay, now you remember.
I do remember it. Yeah, I remember that movie we watched. But it was a little different. I don't think it had to do with that though.
Yeah.
Our number one binge buddy, Jack, JW Productions.
Hey, binge buddy.
So I'm gonna
Jason Presson.
Okay. So.
Here, this thing I didn't get the memo on the headgear. Here's my headgear.
Oh yeah, I know. We're game planning for Midsummer.
Antlers and all.
All right. So we watched.
Thank you, Esther. I hope you have a great stream as well.
Yes. Wait, mask on.
Geek Crime says, "What's up, everyone? How's my Suicide Squad doing tonight?" Hey,
I think that is a compliment.
Hi, Harley Quinn. I
love your mask, Connie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I told you, I actually put these myself. I melted it with a soldering iron and painted it. Yeah.
Dude, that's great. That's amazing. I thought it was the legit because I know Black Stairs is coming out with an actual one.
Yeah, no, this was the Last Jedi mask. It's a 2-piece mask too, but it was the Last Jedi one, and I took a soldering iron and burned the lines in, and then painted it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're really crafty. You're very crafty. All right. Welcome everyone to our Fanime Friends episode number 2. We're gonna do some 101 chat, and and we're gonna talk about B for Beginning, which is our anime of choice.
Yeah, I'll show one picture because I didn't do much work. I didn't do much prep for this episode.
We're basically just gonna spoil the whole series for you. That's what's gonna happen.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, good.
Mochi said to me last night, you guys were watching. I was like, I'm tired, but it looks good. And I went back to bed.
So how we figured this out is because we really needed to pick an anime series and we were going in circles. So I was like, okay, Netflix, that's pretty simple. And I just screenshotted some anime that I don't think any of us had seen. And I put it in the chat. I'm like, all right, which one? And then
Marie said, I've seen all of them.
Except for B for Beginning. And I thought I tried to choose like kind of different genres as well. This one I had no idea what to expect. I literally didn't know. But I thought that the artwork looked super cool. It's a kind of a more mature style, I would say. So you can kind of tell based off of the animation what kind of content might be in there.
Very dark.
Is this like a Netflix made anime or authentic anime?
It's a Netflix original series.
Yeah, and it came out in 2018. There's a couple of years old.
But it does have a lot of Japanese writing and styling in it. So I definitely think that it's a true anime where they stuck to that Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely. Yeah. I feel like it was just a Netflix funded project more than it is like.
I actually don't even know what Netflix original series mean most of the time, because sometimes they'll like adapt something that's already been made for like it's been out for a few years, and then they'll just like plaster their name on it.
That's true. It comes both ways. Right.
Or they just reinvent it, kind of like
True.
the like Haunting of Hill House, you know, like and all that, like, you know, whatever. But I love the original movie it was based on, so you know it's fine.
So what we should do is share our the different categories and kind of go on how this fits into the categories that represents anime.
Yeah, teach me.
Who has that? Ren, you said you were going to be able to share with him, right?
Yeah. So I failed in my homework because I was much busier today than I thought it was. So I apologize, everyone. But I do have my handy dandy phone if I can find it.
Yeah. We can share the different categories, go over them, and then we can show how this is.
Jackal, you came to the right place. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of the anime that we chose. Would you guys agree that it goes into you said psychological horror, right?
Yeah.
A lot of involvement, a lot of thinking. It's not like just it comes off as a serial killer kind of like horror, but there's so much more going into it that you really have to pay attention to kind of pick up all the small clues. I actually went through and I watched it the second time around, and I picked up so much more.
I think that's definitely needed for a series like that as well.
Yes. There's so many backgrounds.
Yeah, there's a bit mythology in it as well, but I wouldn't necessarily consider that maybe a genre because sometimes it just is thrown in there. But some of the main genres that exist in the anime realm are action, the obvious, adventure, comedy, drama, slice of life, which is kind of, I don't want to say it's like a sitcom,
but it kind of is.
Yeah,
it's definitely situational, like as close to real life or like an idealized like life as possible. Like I feel like slice of life is almost as close to like Leave It to Beavers like you can get in like anime, you know, where it's just more family centric and you know
kind of like everyday things, everyday
problems, like
just watching these characters you like going through them and how they, you know, make their ways through these challenge that we face sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes they get really sad, and sometimes they're super happy. I like the happy ones.
Yeah.
I can't do sad ones.
There is a happy ending in all this darkness. There does.
That's really exciting to hear.
There is a happy ending.
Yeah.
And you have to get to the very last episode to see it.
All right. I also didn't make it to the last episode. I'll just let you guys know that right now.
It's okay.
Me either. I didn't either.
We have fantasy, which has been, I think, really popular.
That's one of my favorites.
Like, I'm actually, is it what is that? What's the full name? It's Escaflowne. No. Okay. It is from. Wow. It's from the 90s, but I think fantasy has been around in the anime genre for a really long time. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna give him a quick rundown. So,
I didn't. I meant to press the other button. Sorry.
You're all good. It's cool. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna switch it up on you. Anyway, so basically, I'm just gonna kind of give you guys like a rundown of like the main, you know, like categories, like action, adventure, comedy, drama. We were kind of developing a lot more on like slice of life. You've got your fantasy, your magic, supernatural, your horror, mystery, psychological, romance, and sci-fi. So that's pretty consistent with, I would say, like Western cinema. You know, you know, you guys can at me if I'm wrong there. And then if you want to get really funky and specific and drill down, anime has a lot of subculture genres as well. So And
I know.
oh,
Why are you highlighting me?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just having fun doing that.
Just catching reactions.
It looked like you're really deep in thought there for a second.
I know, like actually, like I hope you're learning maybe slightly, or you're just judging us intensely.
I'm multitasking.
Yeah, you look like me multitasking. You make fun of me.
The difference is
I'm not gonna lie, you looked mad disgusted at whatever you were looking at.
No. I was like, oh no, are we super boring to him right now?
I was like,
just going in this chat.
Well, as we look at Lovely Marie, the subculture genres are cyberpunk, game,
Did you just stop yourself from saying it? Just say it.
Well, I didn't. I was going to like let you help me out, but then you're just like, do it. You just Palpatined me. All right, fine.
All right, I'll say no. Okay.
Harem, Josei, kids, demons,
Simon.
Historical,
Lolita, Moe, and then you have Yaoi Yuri, BL, and GL, which Boy Love and Yaoi are two different things because Boy Love is like calmed down,
softer,
and then softer, yeah, and then Yaoi is like the really aggressive, like bang 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 bang, yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So love it. Some of my favorite categories here are reverse harem,
Yep.
That's fun. Military. I'm a big one. I do love the demon stuff. Japanese mythology is really fascinating, and I do love their obsession with certain parts of like Western culture, like Nordic mythology, Mesopotamian mythologies of interest. Like, I don't know, they just kind of like offer a lot of really interesting perspectives there. So so those are some of my favorites. There's a lot, something like 40. We're not gonna like kill you guys by just like reading the laundry list, but those are the fun ones. So so basically, like, how you want to kind of think of it, I think we discussed this over our prep call that got crashed by Firewater. Shout out to Firewater.
That was on the Discord chat. We forgot to make it private, so we just had random people. Join our Discord.
He shows up. He's like, "Are we going to talk about the Phantom Menace?"
So I would definitely. We're so happy here. So I would define the anime that we're going to talk about as a psychological demon horror, for a lot of elements that once you hit episode 7, things take a really hard turn, and that's where that whole like demon component like really kind of comes in, because it starts to define not the ecosystems of the deities that are portrayed, but basically like the hierarchy and just like their integration into society. So basically a lot, it kind of just like zooms out, because all the things that are kind of happening at like up until about episode 7, episode 8 are really, really trivial, and you get the trivialness because you get that exposure to all of these like new deities. So you're just like, oh my God. So this is really, but we'll get there. Yeah. So we can just, so that's my takeaway.
I just want to say real quick, sorry to interrupt you. I want to say thank you to Cliff. He said he bought my book. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yay. Thank you, Cliff.
Awesome.
And then did we want to, before or after, I guess we hadn't discussed this, did you want to do the categories of animation, plot, characters before or after we discuss the episodes?
We should probably do it before? Just cut right to it. So and if you guys would like us, to pin maybe in the comments somewhere, or just like pin like the list of anime category, so you guys can figure that out.
Sorry, Jason.
Oh no. Hey, I am not responsible. I was just there. I was a witness. But I can basically create a doc for you guys to basically like read on, and then as you become more familiarized with anime, because this is supposed to be educational as much as it is like us like offering like our opinion, so we want you guys to be able to develop your own like understanding and attachment to certain themes and sub genres. So if you would like that, just let me know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram actually, and I'll create a doc for you guys if you want it. It's Hi Bashti.
Yeah, Bashti's our Instagram person.
Yeah, I'm the social media goddess.
I'm not great with social media.
Somebody asked what is anime. So what it is a Japanese version of animation that they've created. Kind of like how we have here in the States, you have like just cartoons and stuff like that. It's like the Japanese version of it. And I think it's done a lot better than how we do our kind of cartoony drawings of people and their lives and stuff. I always had a hard time sitting down watching like Hill and Simpsons. I kind of like the Simpsons, but not like I do like anime. Anime is so much different, so much more well thought out, so much more of a plot and kind of how they make it all look and come together is so much better than what we do in the States here.
I think one of the
sorry. I was just gonna say, I think a lot of times in anime versus the Western cartoons, anime follows a continuing storyline, where Western cartoons, a lot of times it's just like one-off episodes. Not every time, but I feel like that's the more general normal.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. And it's so true. Yeah, I think
great minds think alike. I was going to say the same thing.
Well, that's your general idea of what anime is. It's the Japanese version of what we would consider cartoons here.
Yeah.
Do they produce more animation than movies in Japan? Isn't it also like the abundance of anime because manga existed too, but it's a lot easier for them to produce than big budget films to compete with Hollywood. So
it's actually really interesting, and I don't want to go too in depth with it because again, it's another topic, and I'll just like storm into it. But I think the United States China is definitely on the list, but is one of the only countries that puts a lot of money into their a lot of budget into their films, so it is that blockbuster Hollywood style. So if you watch a lot of foreign films, you'll notice that it is very different. There's like Hollywood, which is just obviously Hollywood, whereas South Korea has kind of been trying to go that route. So if you watch Train to Busan, that's a great example kind of their like slide into it. But Japan doesn't really necessarily have that same image with their movies, and even if it is an action movie, it's still going to be completely different. It won't be blockbuster, and it will be a bit cheesy. So in terms of films, like I wouldn't say that anime has to compete with the larger films, especially if it's an animated movie, because animated movies I think come out just as often as non-animated movies do, I guess, from what I saw over there. Don't quote me. I could be wrong.
You're a big Sailor Moon daddy, so you know a lot about anime.
Well,
Sailor Moon,
it's been a while. I haven't watched Sailor. In a while. I actually know more about Robotech.
My nieces are obsessed with it.
I actually know more about Robotech. Phobic mentioned Robotech too. You know how much we remember how I was forcing Allie to watch all the Robotechs with me.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you sit down and force me to watch all the Sailor Moon ones.
Dun, dun, dun,
There's
dun,
so
dun,
the
dun,
movies just okay. Like if you
dun,
want like a
dun, 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 dun.
in like a basically if you want just like a crash course, just watch like the Sailor Moon S like films.
Okay.
Because like if you can get through those, then you can get through the entire you'll fall in love with the series because the Sailor Moon S films, like those I think there's 3 of them, they're fucking ridiculous. They are so ridiculous. And they're very like they're a very niche part of like the grander storyline. Like it's a very like it's basically like a comic one shot, you know, kind of the same way that like Full Metal Alchemist like kind of, you know, did some like develop they created films to kind of develop like more context to behind the scenes of like, you know, the portal traveling and like all that. Same value there. So it's just like that's where like basically I say start with the worst of it because honestly like it's just gonna let you know that it's just like okay this is the bottom, so it's just like it's only gonna get more interesting from here. And I also like recommending the film because then you're almost compelled to be like well fuck I don't know like what like well where did why did this happen, and then you have to watch the show. And so
this is where I'm gonna have to give a ban warning to anyone that asks him to sing. And Longa himself. No, do not encourage it. I don't want it. We don't want this episode to be taken down.
Okay.
Chibi! You're talking about Chibi. And I had all the Barbies, Irish. Like, I'm right there with you, babes. Like, I remember going to Ace Hardware store and just like, yep, like snatching all of those up. Yeah, love Sailor Moon. Love it.
All right. B for beginning. So we do have warnings for this.
Me too.
It has a lot of gore. It has a lot of beheading, and it does have some non-consensual touching as well. So if you are not really into the dark stuff or you have a hard time with some of these things, this is definitely a warning for you for these kind of stuff. It's very minor with the non-consensual. It only happens in about 2 episodes. 8 and 9 is where they do all that stuff, and then it's like over. You don't really see too much of that after that. But it does have some very non-consent touch. And it does have a lot of gore in it, a lot of beheading. And at one point, you have
specifically beheading,
skinned and pasted on walls. So that was fun.
I don't know if I can handle this.
I haven't gotten there yet. I can imagine.
Pretty next level. It's pretty next level.
It was fun. I mean, I really haven't gotten into many dark and horror ones yet. I've watched a few dark ones.
Doug Tenaple. Doug, what are you doing here?
Hey, Doug. For you people, you know, for the rest of you don't know, this is Doug Tenaple is the creator of Earthworm Jim.
Oh my god!
Respect to Doug. Yes, we all love Doug Tenaple.
Talking about him, he absolutely adores him.
Yeah. My son, both my sons, really loved Earthworm Jim. My daughter kind of liked it too, especially they played the games like crazy when they were younger. So yeah.
Love you. Thanks for being here.
If you ever
so much. Thank you.
While you're drawing, so are we gonna show up in one of yours too?
No, Doug did say he was gonna come out on my stream.
Yeah, and I can't wait. And
so we just gotta set up a date.
I know he kind of works with Tommy Tallarico, and they're working on Earthworm Jim for the Amico, and I'm gonna pre-order my Amico, and that's one of the first games I'm getting is the next Earthworm Jim. I'm also he has an Indiegogo and maybe a Kickstarter now for those that didn't get the Earthworm Jim before, I believe. And I'm thinking about it. I'm a little broke because I've been buying too many masks. Ask my wife over here, but I'm really thinking about it because I was really impressed. Yes. So we're looking forward to that, me and Lunga, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Stick
Big
around
fans.
more about anime.
Yeah. Doug's a good dude. See? Yeah. All right. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, not at all.
All right.
Oh, here he Kickstarter is up. I will link the Kickstarter because I'm thinking about doing that too, along with buying my good pal Lunga's book this weekend. I might be spending a lot of money.
I mean, mine doesn't release until. I mean, you could pre-order, but mine doesn't release until the 22nd, Max. I mean, it's not like it's not going anywhere.
I want to get it pre-ordered though. So
I gotcha.
I gotta allocate those funds. I'm gonna look it up here, but you guys keep talking.
Okay.
It was skin being plastered on wall, and then what after that?
So we pretty much got over the warning signs.
Yeah.
What do you call them?
Oh, content warning.
Content warning.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I definitely like it because it starts off as you're following this serial killer. And while we're kind of following the serial killer and how it's actually a group of people that are working together. And then we start getting into the deities and how these people created these deities. And then we're getting into kind of their whole, how they fit into this life that was actually created. And they were made from fossils found. And there's just this whole story about their life and how everything kind of ties all together. And it turns into from the serial killer to the deities and how they're kind of was the government made them and got them all involved in all this. And then they broke away from the government to cause all this chaos. And this chaos is what you see in the beginning. You start learning about in the middle. And then by the end of it, we're starting to actually tie all the loose ends together and figure out, okay, this is why. And then it starts getting into the whole, I don't know, we shouldn't do spoiler alerts, right?
Not
just yet, maybe wait a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise then they can't come back.
I've seen it twice now. So, but it's very good. I would give it probably 8 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was very, very well written. It's definitely psychological thriller where you're really on your toes. You're really thinking. There's a lot of twists and turns in it that kind of like gets your attention and gets you involved. There's a lot of action in it too for those of you that like.
That's what I demand a little bit of action.
Yes, action is their fight scenes are pretty epic.
Yeah, they are
fight scenes. So that definitely grabbed me because I do like those epic fight scenes. I haven't finished watching Death Note yet because there's no epic fight scenes. I can't get into it. I'm struggling.
There are some really epic deaths though.
Deaths.
Oh, that's the same. That's not the same as watching.
I don't know. I beg to differ. The way that some of these people meet their end is.
I already forgot like everything that happens in Death Note. Like I'll watch an anime and then I can probably watch it in 2 years because unless I'm super in love with it, then I'll just forget everything. It just goes whoop.
I just recently watched the one shot Death Note. I mean, not watched, but read the manga that just came out. It's a one shot Death Note. That was interesting.
Was it decent?
That'd be another really good episode for us to do. What mangas that you guys have read would make a good anime? Because I know.
Sorry,
I have so many.
Mochi read a lot of manga.
That was another one that I was kind of talking with my stepdaughter Buckets. She's going to be doing clips with me, and that was one of the other ones we're going to start doing. Is
do you guys
read?
Do you guys remember when they do like 51 episode series? Because like one of my favorite series is 51 episodes, but more recently episodes or series have been coming out in only 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been super annoying because then you have you have a lot either high quality or low quality 12 episode series.
Yeah, I don't. Yes.
Wait, what? Oh,
Magic John. He's reading the book.
I thought I missed
But it was underneath me, so I was drawing attention to it.
I thought
guys
it's not. I have an idea for the future of the beat. You know, because people said like a stay away list that might be kind of fun for everyone to do together. Just watch one episode of like things like not the best anime. Put it in like a bowl and do random A. And someone picks it. We all gotta watch.
I would love that. Can we please do that?
We all
I
gotta
would
watch one
absolutely love
episode
doing
with
that.
the viewers. Call it Random A. And put.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a good idea?
That. Yeah, that's a great idea.
If like, oh no, we gotta watch this week. Oh boy.
All right.
Or
put
pick
it
like
on the board.
or
Bring
like
on the wine.
a notorious episode of that anime too. Like, what the
Yeah.
heck? Just going cold. Like, whoa.
I have a lot of those episodes.
Oh, I got some perfect ones for that.
Is that a good idea? You like it?
Yeah,
love
I
it.
like it.
Might be so much fun.
You guys figure it out. I come up with good ideas and I don't know how to execute.
Crazy Max is coming out with crazy ideas.
How would we spell that?
I was having trouble myself when I was coming.
Are you spelling it right now?
I'm
trying
putting some options.
Some options. Do you guys want to go into the categories? Discuss the categories?
We already did.
Wait, the plot? The character? Wait, we did?
Oh, are you talking about the
Yeah.
oh synopsis?
Yeah.
We can go into that. I was
Yeah, like the
oh,
characters, like artwork, music. Yeah. Oh, we can talk about your favorite opening ever. Let's start with that. She's zoning.
I don't know.
Like other
No,
than
you
the
were-
opening.
you
What?
were doing like it was like what like it was you though, and then I was like what, and so I was waiting to get the reverb, and then but Josh V asked what anime are we talking about?
We are watching.
Oh, he just tuned in.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
flash it again. Flash the thing. You got this, Max. There you go. B for beginning.
Before beginning, bum bum bum.
Wait. Do the opening. Sing the opening theme with me, Bashti. Sing it.
I can't. I don't have the ability to sing 3 notes at once.
Really? Okay, so
All right, go right ahead.
no, heard me. So if you guys watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like
It's
one of my-
like she's being really sweet about it and like making it sound like all like but it's really like it sounds like somebody's taken a shoot.
Yeah.
Like,
at least it sounds like a beautiful
bad.
shit over than
It's
like a
so
bad one.
bad.
No, heck no, Benzo, you're getting a timeout.
So
No. That's gonna be Longest Channel or Stream Junkies. No, I am leaving if the karaoke starts again. I'm sorry.
That's
speaking
a
of
good
karaoke,
spelling,
though,
Max. I like that way better
yeah.
than anything I came up with.
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Random
Randome. I don't know.
It doesn't quite have the ring that
I
Fruits
feel
and
like it needs to
Merchant
be
does, but
random
To be
A.
fair, Max, it would only be taken down if we're playing music from a channel. If we're just singing.
All right.
I mean, regardless.
excuse me, I was undulating. I was not singing. There's a oh, he's gone.
No more of
Too
this
much
talk.
sex.
No.
Max gets awkward
Too
with
much
anyone
sex.
singing.
Well, ask my wife,
Random
Mochi.
A.
Mochi, do you want to hear me sing on stream?
Random A.
Mochi?
Random. It looks like random.
Random.
Just wait for
Random.
wait,
Mochi, you're my wife. How's my
wait for
singing?
the next comment to come up.
You're my wife. How's my singing? Do you want to hear me do karaoke?
I don't think I've ever really heard you try to.
What do you
sing.
mean? We play rock band.
Oh, like I don't remember those times. Sorry.
Well, we were drinking a lot when we played
No.
rock band.
Hold on. Now us, it's the opposite, baby.
Thank you,
What was our first date, basically?
Yeah, he serenaded me the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, we were at a party and they were doing karaoke, and he was singing to me the whole time. And it was staring at me.
I love karaoke.
Yeah.
I
for
can't
it.
sing for shit though. I can't hold a tune at all. I am I not even try.
So, other than the opening of this anime and the song, I tried to pay attention to like the background music of this anime, and I did really enjoy a lot of the music.
Music is super important in anime. That's I think why I was super disappointed by the opening.
Are you guys into J-rock and J-pop,
yeah.
K-pop?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I'll start
Oh, no.
singing Black Swan right now. No, I will not because I don't know them words. But yeah, you get the mode.
What did you think about the background music?
No, Doug. I thought you were my friend.
Betrayal.
We'll wait till you're on. We'll wait till you're on, Doug, and see where that goes. Okay. I think that'll get some views. Doug Tenaple sings with Lunga.
It's okay. When I sing this, the theme song for Fate,
Hey, Julie.
Hello.
I don't know the words at all, so I just do Japanglish and just come on, and just
Rude.
and say the English words really loud.
So before
Brave
the-
shine.
Oh no, Doug must be another singer. I haven't been watching enough of your inking live streams. I guess you are a singer too. Okay.
Before like the internet existed though, and I'd be like watching anime because I love singing and I love the opening and ending themes. So I'd memorize them, but I'd memorize them because I would listen to 10 seconds and then I'd write it down. And this is before I could speak Japanese as well. So like it would be like like looking back at it now, like it was just absolute, just utter bullshit. What I was singing.
I like
Blah,
music.
blah.
I like singing. I can't do it.
It's almost like singing an introduction of like
Yeah, but here's the thing: where no one, Max.
That's
is
a good
asking-
question.
No one
Yes,
is asking
yes.
you to sing.
Yes, there is.
You just don't want to be around when other people are singing. That has nothing to do with you singing.
Is it because you get
I feel-
embarrassed?
I
Are you
feel
saying that
uncomfortable when I feel- I feel peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
There are a couple animes that I've seen. They have is it the Romanji version of the song underneath the?
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
No, go.
For some animes, they'll have the subtitles for the opening. They won't be like in
True.
English, but they'll have the. Is it called Romanji when they have like the English
The
letters,
English, yeah.
not the Japanese symbols?
Yeah.
Kanji.
So
Julie, if you must know, there is a stream that it's still live, but we had to block. He's muted.
He's
I had to
muted.
mute his voice, which is actually worth it to mute Lunga. It's still live. You could go watch it, and you can't hear him sing "Let It Go."
Hold on, mind you, it's because he had the streams all set for monetization, so they claimed it. So it had to. So in order to keep it up, he had to mute me.
No, this is
Let Lunga sing. Let him sing. Let him sing.
all right. Well, you gotta make a channel or a series for that.
Should we go into episodes? Let's go
Yes.
into episodes.
Here's the thing, Max. Stream Junkies
Oh,
is going to
no.
be on the Stream Junkies channel.
Go right ahead. I'll
So-
tune out.
This episode, right? Will be on the Stream Junkies. Are you gonna bring it over?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay.
I already, I know I uploaded the first episode of Stream Junkies to the channel already, just to get it something up there. Max, you got to the ones that are on your channel. You got to download them and send them to me because I was gonna edit them up and throw them up.
I will. I got to figure out how to down. That's a big file though. That's the problem.
Why?
Yeah, it's not that I've done it.
Okay, you have to tell me.
You know what you can do? Because did you get the email to give you the admin access to the channel?
I haven't checked my email.
Okay, I sent it. I sent it that real long email that you have.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the one. Yeah. So then what you do then is see if you can just get it onto the channel, and I can download it from there myself. and
Okay.
edit it.
Okay.
Yes, we're moving to Fanime's channel.
Yeah.
Well, it's Stream Junkies. Everything Stream Junkies and Fanime Friends are all going to be on Stream Junkies channel.
Okay.
I did put the link in there a little bit ago.
I'm like starting to not be able to breathe, by the way. Like my nose is becoming really stuffy. So I apologize if I'm mouth breathing. Just like saying that in advance.
How do they get you sick from here? That's
Well,
not
Max
even
got you
possible.
sick, and then you got me sick. So, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, so how this is going to go is I believe Vashti has episodes 1, 2, 3.
Yep,
I have
I was just going to say, but I watched all them. Oh, and then I forgot I'm on Max's channel. I watched all them episodes. I was going to say the S word. But yeah, I have 1 through 3.
Oh, wait. The S. Are we not supposed to swear on your channel? That's
No, I try to limit it. I do it too. My wife gets mad at me for doing it sometimes.
I've never gotten mad at him.
Okay.
No.
Well,
It's a lie.
I try to limit it, but it's fine. Yeah.
We're getting there, phobic.
We're really working on it. Okay, so
We're doing it.
Vashti, yeah, has episodes 1, 2, 3. I have episodes 4, 5, 6. Sakura Mochi has, I can't count, 7, 8, 9. And then Kitten has 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12.
That hard. Was that hard?
It was super hard, actually. Yeah.
You know, you could have just cheated and looked at your phone. We have
I'm trying to limit it. I'm trying
What
to
are you
limit
talking about, Phobixino? I don't lie about nothing.
Oh, that's rude. We don't. What? Why?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Why you always lying? Have you seen that Vine?
Does the internet exist?
Okay. It was going to be awkward if someone didn't get my reference.
All right. So
yeah.
Episode 1 through 3, honestly, it's a shoot ton of exposition. And I'm gonna get really creative with censoring myself. This is gonna be fun. So yeah, sometimes I might use French, sometimes I might use Brit slang. We'll see how this goes. So 1 through 3 is exposition. Basically, it's just helping you navigate the value system each team member of I'm just gonna say it's RIS, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know what the.
For,
yeah, I don't necessarily know the context of what that abbreviation stands for, but you can basically treat it like the NSA of this particular realm, and it's
soldiers.
Yeah, it's based in Cremona.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's based in a fictional monarchy. It's a kingdom, and essentially, like I said, you're navigating all the main characters. There's a Genny, who is I believe, is it Keith?
That's Keith.
Yeah.
And he's basically like he's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes of this particular episode. And then you have Erica, who is basically like the hotshot, rookie detective that is like more traditional to like Japanese, like female archetypes. Like in anime, she's very like skittish and kind of, this is weirding me out because I'm just looking at Lunga.
She's Erica is the tech person.
Yeah.
I thought Erica was Keith's sister that died, and Lily was the.
Lily, that's her name. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So
Erica.
Anyway, Lily is the hotshot detective. Erica is the sister who's very central to the plot, and then you have Bran, you have I just love that her nickname is Big Sister because it was such an homage to like 1984. But I forget what their IT person's name is. Basically, you're developing relationships with the characters, and then you get introduced to Koku as well, who's like very traditional, like soft spoken. He's like he repairs very, 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 very valuable violins, and basically you get like kind of like a really interesting like history lesson about just like music and preservation of instruments, you know, spanning many centuries and like blah 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 blah. So it's just you're spending those first 3 episodes just learning to care about the things that they care about, and then you are introduced to I mean, honestly, you're kind of beat over the head immediately with the level of violence, you know, because everything everything escalates very quickly. The opening shot is literally somebody running for their life, and so the framing is it's very
dark.
It's dark, and it honestly reminds me a lot of the Hannibal series. If you are a big like Hannibal Lecter fan, the trying to diagnose and, you know, like play the cat and mouse game with like serial killers, like it's very much in that vein. So you're just kind of you're just trying to basically, for those first 3 episodes, you're just establishing your thresholds and you're getting really comfortable, and yeah, and basically you're everything that you know. In Ren's like installation, everything that you love, like all of that gets turned on its head. So it plays very true to like the psychological thriller like framing of like more like Western films than I feel like anything that's like horror based that would be more native to Japan. Like I definitely feel like there's more Western perspective and exposition, like for sure in those first 3 episodes. So yeah, that's my take on that. So
that was a great.
You want to take it? You want to take it? Excuse me.
Were you pointing at Max? I
was pointing at everybody.
I can't take it anywhere. I didn't watch it.
Doug, yeah. So this is on Netflix, everyone. It's called B for Beginning for those who had just hopped
in. It is.
Yeah, and it's yeah. So Vashti was talking about episodes 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess we should kind of talk about, like, there might be spoilers. I'll try to not spoil things. How do we do that?
No, I guess you could go into spoilers now.
I feel like I did it pretty good, and
I'll do my best.
Yeah,
I think
spoil any plot points.
We're about 48 minutes in. Spoiler warning.
All right, spoiler warning, guys.
Sorry, Vashti, I didn't do it till after you do it.
But like, I
didn't spoil anything though.
B for Beginning, yeah. So
very good job.
Yeah, so I was episodes 4, 5, 6, and fun fact, the first episode that I watched was episode 3 on accident, so I was really confused because I had no idea what was going on. And how Kitten was describing it is the first scene of episode 1 is super bloody. It opens to someone getting a girl getting murdered, and I was like, where is this? Maybe I missed it. So yeah, I was really confused, and I had to go back, rewatch it, and then just move forward. But 3 or 4, 5, and 6 kind of course plays off of episodes 1, 2, and 3, but you start to understand the characters more, because within the first 3 episodes it doesn't really describe the characters too well, where you as the viewer kind of have to pick up the bits and pieces to figure out what characters they are, kind of what their goal is, because it can get super confusing and there's a lot going on at the same time. So yeah, as Vashti mentioned, it exists in a realm called Cremona, which is, I think it is because there's a lot of Italian in there, like Italian inspired. And Japan definitely exists in this world, because in the 4th episode, they speak about kimono and stuff. And I won't talk about that scene. But sorry, but stuff goes down. Like stuff goes down in episode 3, and you are realizing, or episode 4, and you're realizing, okay, well, this isn't really a safe world, and there's a lot of politics going on behind the back, and you're still piecing together these things. And I will admit, I'm still confused because I haven't finished the series, so I really don't truly know anything that's going to happen in the future. And you get to know more about Keith and Lily. They have an interesting relationship, and it's hard to figure out if Lily really admires her or him, or has a small crush on him, because he is like the Sherlock Holmes, and she's kind of this aspiring detective to be. Gonna pull up my notes. I have a lot of random notes.
I'm gonna drop out and grab another energy drink because, you know, not a sponsor, but so I'll be right back.
Right back.
Yeah, so the 4th episode kind of turns out that you realize there's something going between Koku, which is one of the main characters here. Let me try sharing my screen.
Okay.
It's going to be the first time I'm doing this, so let's hope it works.
Use the tabs option if you're using StreamYard.
Okay.
Where it says share. Don't do entire screen. Do tabs and then that tab.
The third
Oh,
option.
this lighting's horrible. All right.
The third tab at the end.
I think
it's there.
Okay. Is it doing it?
White.
Thank you, Fandom Wiki. This will
You
help
might
me
have
get
to.
to my mouse.
You might have to do shift and plus to make it a little bit bigger if you can.
Oh,
I don't know.
Shift and plus. Okay.
I don't know if that'll work or not.
I don't think so.
On mine, I hold down the control button and the scroll wheel.
Did it do it? Did it do
It did a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little better, a little bigger.
All right. So when I'm talking about Koku, this is Koku. And what's kind of nice is they're not super fancy or flashy as you would imagine typical anime characters to be. Other than Yuna, they're pretty chill in terms of style. But Koku and Keith have a really interesting relationship, but I'm not going to go deep into that. And you're going to get to episode 5, which there's so many spoilers in these episodes, though. I kind of didn't think about how to go about it. This is where the mythology starts coming in. There's a lot of star talk. So you start finding out that Koku and those weird looking people on the screen. So you have Minatsuki, you have Izanami, and they're called, what are they? The market maker. Market maker, yeah. And they have they're not, would you consider them, well, if you've seen the whole thing, I wasn't able to tell if they were bad guys fully, because it seems like they're pretty much.
They're not. So the problem is that there's two main people that kind of make up this whole group of these more than human beings.
Yeah.
And each one of them has a special power of control.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look into their eye, they can kind of either fix or change your memories and how you think and feel about things.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of ended up getting split because they can't be together because their powers would cancel each other out.
Yeah.
So the one main bad guy actually convinced the one that's supposed to be, because the one that actually has the power was put in isolation for the whole thing to work. They couldn't be together, but they just grabbed him and put him in isolation. So that guy got involved. He made him think that this is for your best and turned everybody against.
Okay.
The whole theme was they were never supposed to be like.
And I think we first see that in episode 5, I believe, because I don't want to mention who gets hurt, but one of the kind of sub characters gets hurt, and while Keith is in the hospital trying to catch the bad guy or Killer B, because Killer B is the mass serial killer that they're trying to find. You see a guy named, what's his name? Jean. Keep wanting to say Jean-Luc.
Now I'm thinking Star Trek.
I know. I was like Jean-Luc because Jean-Luc.
No, but it's because they mention very specifically that you know, I can only think of one man who says it in the traditional French spelling.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think it was Jean Henry, because it was JHS, and I can't remember, but yeah, so that was super. I was like, my peeps.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, Jean Henry Richard, but maybe Ricard. Now it sounds like Jean.
It's Henry, not Henri.
Henri. Yeah, so this guy kind of threatens Keith that he's going to take away everything, but then he kills himself. So that's another like bit of blood and gore. I'm trying to tiptoe around a lot of this because I realized I can't really talk a lot. But you do find out in this episode, as Kitten was mentioning, that there are two parts or like two halves of the individual. So it's kind of like a form of possession and manipulation as well through mind control. Yeah. So then Koku and Keith actually run into each other, and Koku sets Keith up for murder because they don't like each other for some reason too at this point. I do not know why still.
You said who and who?
Koku and Keith meet at the end of episode 5.
Yeah, but you said who got set up for murder?
Keith.
Yeah, but you said, but Keith got set up by murder. Oh, okay.
Jean. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Because Jean.
Yeah.
And then you see Koku's face, and then he's like, oh, yeah. So episode 6 is the most intense of them all, and you actually start to learn about Koku because at first I wasn't sure if he was the black-winged demon man, which has a German name that I cannot remember. And they end up being the same person. And you, at this point, still don't know who they are, what he is, what he does. And the word that they use a lot is it cannabis? It sounds like cannabis.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
Yeah, it's cannabis.
Cannabis, yeah. Which is a star of the constellation. Which constellation is it? I wrote it down.
I'm having a little technical issue here. I'm gonna hop back in a second.
Okay, you're fine. Carina. It's part of the constellation Carina in the southern hemisphere, which I haven't heard of because maybe that's because I'm in the northern hemisphere and I'm always looking at the sky. And they start talking about the history of these children and the weird characters that I had originally showed you, which they do creep me out. They have a lot of weird. They just look disturbing, and I think they're meant to make you feel really uncomfortable. But you also find there's a really emotional scene at the end of this episode, which brings Koku full circle, I think, which I'm excited to see the upcoming episodes to see how that all plays out. But I feel like my section was where it kind of all built up. Does that make sense? Was that it? Yeah. Okay.
Because it's just a downward spiral.
I know, and I didn't want to. It's really difficult for me to talk about, guys. Sorry, actually, because there is a lot of spoilers in there, but I don't want to spoil it, even though we did say spoiler warning, because I do want you guys to watch it.
I think it's going to get even more interesting in hers.
Yeah. So, all right. Sakura, it's your go.
You're up,
all right. I have episodes 7 through 9, which I feel like has 80% of the backstory told through like flashbacks, and I think up till this point you didn't really understand Koku or the these. They call them demi-humans.
Yeah.
Very much. But then with like 7 and through 9, they do a lot of telling about them. The beginning of 7 is kind of like the ending of this battle. And it has Koku, and you get to see him like fully transformed out in all his glory.
Does he remind you of Howl?
Yeah, I could see that. The inspiration. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But they have this character, his name is Kamui, and he reminds me both kind of like in his actions and very character design, mixed between the Joker and Beetlejuice.
Ooh, that's a good comparison.
Yeah. I could see that. Which Joker, I guess, would be
honestly kind of like Jared Leto's Joker.
Okay, I was gonna say because it wouldn't be. I was gonna either say Jack Nicholson's or Jared Leto's because he was just like so like fucking.
Can you like share? Do you have those characters still?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry,
I don't need this light all up in my face.
You could double click on the character on that wiki. It might be bigger. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's figure it out. So there's also, I'm not sure if in the episodes that you watch, but there's gold liquid that these demigods, the weird people, are drinking. And I've yet to find out exactly what that means, but it's still.
I can answer that.
Yeah, it's episode 8 that go into that. It sustains them basically.
This guy.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate him so much.
Oh, that
cool. Would you date him if you saw him on
Yes, I would.
Would you swipe left or would you swipe right?
Definitely, yes.
No.
Yes, I would.
I thought we were talking about Minatsuki. I'm sorry.
He's beautiful. He's slightly beautiful. Yeah. I take him over Kamui.
No. Yeah, he does kind of look like the Jared Leto.
Okay,
and Beetlejuice because he has that striped jacket and
kind of looks like Elsa if Elsa were a man.
You see him in episode 7-2. He comes into play. This episode through the fight, it kind of showed how they don't, even though market makers, like, they're all these characters together in this organization, they don't really feel like they care too much about each other. Like, each of them, especially Minatsuki, he's pretty okay with expending the other members.
Yeah, I would yes, I would say that. And I did see, it's so funny that you brought up like the Joker, because I was also gonna say that I did see a lot of elements of Heath Ledger's Joker in is it Minatsky? Yeah, it is. Okay. So every part of the plan basically is like need to know. And there were a lot of those parallels in like the second installation of like, or was it this? No, was Joker in the second installation of the Dark Knight series? Am I right about that? Doesn't matter. So anyway, basically everybody's expendable up to a certain point, and that's like because there's just so much corruption going on, and I loved that, where it was just like so much about like this. And what were they? What was the
market makers?
Market makers. Basically, it was more about like their perception of just like
justice.
That and just like the human experience. Like they were just like they were bored with humanity. So it's just like they're pulling all of these strings basically to just like use them as tools to like fulfill a greater good. And it's awesome. Like I'm actually really jealous because like 7 through 9 was like were my favorite episodes. Because
I'm excited to see them. I'm sorry that I didn't. Do you mind if I answer one of the comments on there?
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, because Rosetta says demi-humans are the term for humans mixing with other species like dwarves or elves in mythical terms. So these characters, from what I got from episode 8, episode 8, was that in the 16th century in this world, there were fossils found of what they believed to be gods.
Yeah.
Or like human gods
Demigods.
with like human form.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure if demi-humans would be the correct term, but that's how it's like translated.
Yeah.
And that's how in this series it's how they view these characters. But that's all I know up to episode 8.
The Japanese, they have some different terminology for things.
So
like translation is so bad too.
Yeah, usually demi anything in Western tradition is always like half god.
Yeah.
Well, that was the idea, though, is that these people were created from the bones of the gods.
That's
So
why
they are demigods in their own rights, trying to fulfill prophecy. And the market people were trying to avoid the prophecy from coming true because they thought it would cause all kinds of chaos in the end of their life. And the actual main character, is actually the one that is supposed to fulfill the prophecy, and he actually understands it because it's so ingrained in his bones that when you get towards the end, once you get to like 10, 11, and 12, then you start to see everything come together, and that's when everything clicks. So until you get to like 10, 11, and 12, it's like back and forth. Who's the good guys and who are the bad guys? Do we want this prophecy to be fulfilled, or is all hell going to break loose if it does happen? So you don't know until that very last second what the prophecy actually is.
Sorry, I'm just like, I saw you said kaiju is one of your favorite terms, and I don't know what that means, actually.
Like Godzilla type. Godzilla type.
Oh! Me,
I know that one. Woo! Point on the board.
Godzilla.
I mean, if you think about regular Western fantasy, if we're talking about, the half mix, this and that, usually they just use the word half. Half elf, half breed.
It's a genre. Kaiju is
halfling.
a genre.
Yeah, kaiju's with Godzilla. It's all the monsters.
Monsters.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it means? Right?
It means that I like how you guys know that, and I.
Well, unfortunately, with my oldest son and her son, they are huge Godzilla fans. Like,
it means
Oh, go ahead.
Did you guys ever see the 1993 Godzilla? That was apparently super bad, but like
yes,
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Kaiju means strange beast, which actually,
Monster.
and then it comes from a Chinese text called "Classic of Mountains and Sea."
Max, what you doing there, buddy?
My dog is bored when I stream, so she brought over the rope.
Playing tug of war.
Playing tug of war.
He's like, he's working out.
Oh, what a cutie!
Hi, little buddy.
Hello there.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, there's two doggos. Oh, you're a good girl.
All right, enough of that.
Oh, you're so cute. Yes, you are. Can they hear me? It's very important that they hear me.
He's got.
Whenever I do stuff, there was one stream I was doing, no one even noticed, but I kept like sliding away like that the whole stream, and no one said anything, and that was her.
Mick, in fairness, in my defense, specific terminology. Like if somebody asked me in Japanese to talk about like chemistry or like physics or fantasy or mythology, that would get a bit difficult. Some terminology is a bit hard.
Okay, so it's like I
we
guess
really
continue with.
We messed up Mochi. I don't even know where she's at.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. In 7, you see there's a long flashback where you get to see a lot of these people as kids and Koku, and you get kind of like to see a relationship that Koku had with this girl Yuna, which personally I kind of wish their relationship was established before the fight in 7, and I thought it would have made it more emotional for me because at that point it didn't really know them or have that much of an emotional attachment.
Yeah.
But there's
seems like there was a lot of emotion.
reason for that because of the fact that you start to understand how his eye works. So once the people stare into his eye, they get their memories back.
I just felt personally that they could have had the relationship part, maybe not like the powers and everything else explained until after the fight. But for me, it felt a little empty. Like, why do I care about these two people meeting again?
Yeah.
I can definitely get that. I'm sure I'll feel more of that again when I finish the series. But yeah, I can see that.
I will say that they could have definitely spent like one less episode getting to know RIS and like how the inner workings of RIS, you know, and their processes. They could have sacrificed that for some, you know, exposition on their relationship between Yuna
and that's what the first, second, and third episodes literally did miss was a lot of character development and setup. So by the fourth episode, you really don't care for these characters at all.
Yeah, I do feel that way too, that the character development they didn't do enough of that in the first couple episodes. They did a lot. They tried to squeeze a lot in a very little spots.
Yeah, and they were also at the same time like trying to stay very much to like Western psychological thriller like framing, where they were trying to subvert expectation by like any means necessary. So I will say that it is like a little disjointed like in certain parts. And I'm actually like really pissed that we didn't get more of Gilbert in the beginning, because Gilbert's honestly the most fascinating character he looks
like
series.
I'm super excited to meet. So
and
I'm sorry, Sakura, we keep like
I know, and you can that's all I'm gonna say. I just wanna
That's okay.
Yeah,
I appreciate your input. It makes it more interesting. For episode 8, we kind of go back to 7. I'll say too. You really, so 7 and 8, you really understand how involved
I removed him.
he is with Koku, and he has like a very long history with them and this organization, more than you would have thought before this. And it kind of, they explained that there are more of these, they call them Reggies, and they're the like these demi-humans. They're kind of all through the world. There's not just Market Maker. There's a lot more of them, and
Evangelion is a great example of that. Yep, you're correct.
But Phobic Xeno, the ending is really solid though. It's more the beginning is disjointed. The ending is very very well seen, because it ties off a lot of subplots like very well. You'll be a lot more satisfied with the ending than you will with the first. It
comes all together in like 10, 11, and 12. 10 and 11, 12.
I was gonna say you get. Yeah, I will say it comes together. Like you can definitely like anticipate the end, but I'll say 4 is when like the ecosystem is established, where you know that there's like all this like meta shit happening, like very elitist, you know, at the top like 1%, and then it's just like a trickle down of like corruption, like in every facet of like government, healthcare. You know, it's interesting. I don't know. They could talk about it all.
In episode 8 also you get where they tell you the weakness for these demi-humans, how you can protect yourself, beat them. There was one part in episode 8 where Lily finally joins back together with Keith and Koku. That is the only time I jumped in the whole anime, and I knew it was coming, but there was a part where they're in a trailer and someone's gonna shoot them, and she's talking, and I just I don't know why it made me jump, but it did. For all the horror and the people, that was the only time that I jumped. And one thing that I really appreciated about this anime too was that even though it's psychological horror, very dark, they do have a couple spots, and it's mostly between Keith and Lily, where they add just a bit of comedy, and I feel like it's a relief. You need kind of a breather from the intensity, and so that's one thing that I really liked. And then episode 9, we really get into. I don't think I can say it because it's a big spoiler. But
just go ahead. We're towards the end.
Spoilers. It's okay.
Yeah, we're getting towards the end. I think people that are here this long are pretty prepared for spoilers.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull up the character sheets?
Oh, is the doctor. We really get to see
Gilbert.
His true character.
Yes.
And
how do you
up to that point, he had been very much in the background.
Oh, I need to remove this one.
Friend, you didn't know much about him. He seemed very, gentle, good-natured. He's a part of the police force. He's in the autopsy, but he really takes a turn in episode 9.
Yes.
Lily gets abducted because this doctor really is kind of obsessed with this Erica, that he actually was the one that was involved in her death. But he sees her still, and they use Lily as bait because she resembles Erica, and it triggers him to abduct her.
But she does defo fuck up.
Yeah, he ends up getting away with her, and that is one of the scene where she's on an autopsy table. She's not dead, she's just paralyzed, drugged. She is face down, so you only see her rear. But he smears off her tattoo they had put on her that I guess Erica had, and Lately touches her. It's not, for me, it was not in a sexual manner, because he was talking about he wants to kill her. And it was very short.
Well, you see more again in episode 9.
Wait, so Phobic Xeno, do you not want us to talk about spoilers?
Well, he paused it. He could come back later. Maybe he's gonna watch it.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. That's fine. He's just saying he would like. He's being nice to say I want to hear. I could. No, go ahead and spoilers. Okay. It's impossible. It's impossible.
and the last thing I want to say is that for Keith and for Gilbert, their relationship, you had said earlier, Bashti, that Keith is very much like a Sherlock, and to me, Gilbert is very much his Moriarty.
Yeah, so much. It's so good. Oh, it's so.
We could put out a little cheer for that.
Yeah.
Is there?
I don't have a little cheer.
You guys got it. Oh. Wait for it.
Hey!
Oh, I thought you wanted me. I thought you wanted me to do like sound effects. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, Lunga.
Did you guys hear the sound effects?
No.
I
only heard my sound effects.
I was thinking about that. I need to get a sound effects thing, like just to play next to my mic.
That's funny.
We did over the sound effects. We are our own sound effects here.
We are the sound effects.
Do you want to finish us off? Or I've been doing this all night. Would you like to take us home? Kitten.
What were you? I'm like, wait, what? What did I miss? No, we have to go.
No, I was about. I've been almost saying sexual innuendos like this entire thing, and so I was literally about to be like, "Do you want to finish this off, kitten?"
Well, has anything else to add
And I'm just like, "God damn it!"
before I finish everything down?
We're discussing anime. It can't be helped sometimes. Anime can like
Anything else to add?
anime always, no matter what.
Darn it! I'm hitting the wrong button. Sorry.
You gotta stop playing with things.
Ooh, I can.
Well, the button.
Hero.
Here's the problem. The button that makes you bigger is also real close to the remove stream on the stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
Sakura,
just looking out for you.
Oh, we should have. You know what? We should announce the anime that we're watching. Maybe like right after the stream, so then they
Yeah.
wait
Why
to
don't we
watch
just let's just do it now? What do we want to watch next?
it.
My Hero.
I'm still down for Kill la Kill. I'm
haven't heard of
totally
that one.
pro. It's on Netflix as well.
Hopping around on Discord.
Huh?
That one was hopping around on Discord. I forgot who sent that one over to us. Kill a Kill.
We'll have people join our Discord. Literally, just join the Discord, the Grey Order Discord, and then there's like a Fanime channel, and then just put.
It's true.
Like, do that. Write what you want us to watch, and we'll check it out. We're in.
Yeah, do that thing.
Yeah.
Something Hulu or Netflix. Kill la Kill is on Netflix
Ooh.
and Dexter, so you can go watch that.
Is it a happier? Is it a?
Sure.
I feel like with the name Kill or Kill. Do it.
It's a comedy.
Okay.
Wow. Really?
I get it working.
Fun!
But I guess the best thing for that right now for interrupting would be
this is nice. I'm very amused.
I like that.
No, basically it's very traditional, like Japanese like action anime. So just a lot of like hyper masculinity and like vendettas and like deaths and like just just profanity galore. Like it's just it's butts, it's boobs, it's just like all the problematic themes, but
That sounds like it's really good.
but based in high
You know
but
what?
it's based in a high school.
Post it in Fanime, friends.
Yeah.
Oh yay! I'm gonna, because I think you guys are gonna like it.
And Twitter.
Sakura-
And Twitter.
Sakura literally has one more episode to talk about.
No, I was 7 through 9. I'm good.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, she did it. And
yeah.
I'd like to watch Legend of Korra again, but that's not anime. But it's just so good, and because Daddy likes steampunk, it's not. Some people say it's not steampunk; it's diesel punk, and that's yeah.
That's a thing too. Yeah, there's
Diesel punk is a sci-fi genre and art style based on the aesthetics popular between World War I and the end of World War II. The style combines the artistic and genre influences of the period, including pulp magazines, serial themes, film noir, Art Deco, and wartime pinups.
I'm
Yeah.
trying
And
to
post-
regular steampunk is Victorian age. And diesel punk is like World War I. So like
Ooh,
Sucker
okay.
Punch. Sucker
It's
Punch
like-
would be like diesel punk, what they did
Okay.
in that World War
Yeah.
I.
That's good to know. I didn't realize, but I guess
it's like,
that
isn't
makes
it like
sense.
pre and post industrial revolution? Like,
Yeah.
is that
Right, right,
okay?
right.
It was like, is that okay?
But he
Stuff
would.
and things.
I think he would love that series. That's why.
I'm trying to understand Dead Poop's comment.
I read this interesting article from Variety or The Verge the other day. Nerdy woman who found dark web pages about nerds and their fantasies, like with Venom. She discovered these pages in her teen.
I have no idea.
Oh.
Cool.
Wait, no, I'm starting to get it. No, I'm starting to get it. Hang on. That would lead to a discussion, I think.
I don't know.
like,
This is up to the ladies. This is up to the
I
ladies.
don't know. I think this is a warning here. I think this, we have an issue.
Steve.
Oh no, I think.
Good, Longa. Get more sound effects. I'm not.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm gonna
one.
go to the last 3 episodes, and
Although, be careful with your sound effects too.
Okay, Dead
Spoiler.
Poop. Dead Poop. Join the Discord and send the thing in there. Dead Poop.
Yeah.
I love the Dead Poop.
Okay.
I'm so mature. Okay, go on, kitten.
10, 11, and 12, you find out.
Spoil us, Marie. Spoil us.
So much spoilers.
Okay, so you find out that Erica and Keith and the doctor all went to school together.
Aww.
All right. So Erica is Keith's adopted sister.
Aww.
And the reason why the doctor had such a hard time with it is because he has a major, major crush on Erica.
Oh.
Obsession. Not
When
crush.
you get spoiled live.
Obsession.
Aww.
Sorry. Part of my set, and I have ghosts. I just got hit by a painting. Sorry. Everybody, please continue. Nothing's wrong.
Mochi and Red, you didn't binge enough, buddies. You're gonna get spoiled now. You didn't
They
binge.
didn't know they were supposed to watch it.
Wait, what? I watched the shit out of it.
No,
I
not
even
that.
said
No,
shit.
No, I'm saying he said binge buddies didn't watch it, and I said they didn't
you
even
didn't-
know what we were watching.
You're not real binge buddies if you didn't watch it. How about
How
that?
were they
Right.
supposed to know what they're supposed to watch if they didn't know the anime they were supposed to watch?
Because we were talking about it in the Discord. If you're
Yes.
a real binge buddy, you're in the Discord.
If you were paying attention, you would know.
Shots fired. Shots
Boo
fired.
on you.
Get in the Discord. Follow us on Twitter.
You get a full day of work tomorrow. You're about
I-
to go to sleep. Forget it, binge buddies. Get binging. Forget about doing your job.
I can literally hear you guys.
Get
without
the
my
drinks.
headphones in.
Get binging, buddies.
You. Y'all are loud.
Dude, I just got a good ass mic. My shit is 3 feet away from me. I
You-
can't. What do you want me to do? Put it
Ren-
across the room?
Well,
Ren, you don't even know. I used to get like people say my ears are bleeding from me from my old videos.
The first 3
I got a-
seconds.
Well, I thought
Max
that's
is-
where Mad Max came from.
Yeah.
Oh,
Max
wow.
is pretty loud, and I actually have to set the gain on Marie's mic. I think I have it up too high.
That's funny. Basically, people wondering having a relationship with Venom, but you could
Is that
think
better?
the same with Mr. Fans. Oh, are you talking about fanfic? You talking about that dirty fanfic?
No. I think he's talking. Okay, so there's an article poster from what I understood of what he was saying that I think he wants a discussion, or you think a good discussion would be that nerdy women who found hang on, I just need to read it in my head again about nerds and their fantasies. Oh, I get it. Women who found dark pages.
I'm hanging in there.
We're trying. She's laughing too much. Come on. Come on.
I'm hanging in.
You gotta get it out.
I need some Myers.
Okay. What he's saying is that nerdy women tend to like, oh my gosh, my eyes are red from laughing. Okay.
Yeah,
Tend to like Venom more. So he's saying there's an article that exists that talks about women who read about dark web pages and other nerds' fantasies.
What the hell is happening? I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think we broke Ren, dude. Error. System error.
That's broker.
You broke her, dude.
No, I'm sorry, Dead Poop. I'm not trying to laugh. I'm really like, I thought I understood it, and then I was reading it out loud and I couldn't.
It's okay.
Okay.
Hey,
We're gonna thanks, Deadpool. Now we're gonna have to take Ren back to the
Now we gotta
factory.
Reboot
We're
her,
gonna have to
damn it.
reboot her and reset her now.
God.
Broker.
She's like Data's daughter right now. She's just
Thank you, Dead Poop. Do it.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I've been like tuning out a little bit because I don't know what the heck's happening in the story.
listen,
I
we had to put
thought-
a lot of time and money into this Ren android, okay? And we just
Right.
fucked her up.
We're the 2 most expensive parts of the show. Like, I have to get like a
Ren.
malware update like immediately. Like
Ren.
after
You have that many viruses.
Yeah, too many virus. Too many virus.
We know where those come from.
Well, I got some advice for Ren. The more you live stream, don't harp on one chat because you'll lose your mind. I don't know what some people are talking about some of the time. I just move
Dewolf, flying sidecar press. Ooh, I see you. First time viewer, confused. Well, let me. Okay, I'm gonna catch you up. I'm gonna catch you up.
He did come in an hour and a half into the stream. So
it's cool.
It doesn't matter. I'm still confused.
Let me catch you up. P for Beginning on Netflix. Psychological demon horror. 12 episodes.
And this is Fanime, friends. And
scary as fuck. Go watch.
And then
you join our Discord and we can talk about it.
Join our Discord called The Great Order. My eyes are so, I've laughed too
I
hard.
guess I should put the link in the
I think I broke my eyes.
We need the link.
My eyes.
Put the link in.
Like it broke veins in my eyeballs.
Max, you need to start putting the link for this stuff in the description.
You don't know what I'm doing. I'm not good at doing two things at once.
So basically, our plan for next week is we're going to announce the anime that we watch. So that way you have a full week to watch this anime with us while we're watching it. So then you can come into this
prepared
live and actually know what we're talking about.
And they will at the end of each of these episodes talk about what we're doing next week too.
Yeah.
So if you watch the end of the previous episode, you'll know, and if you're in a Discord, you'll know.
Scary cartoon.
That should be a clip out. Our plans for next week.
You're gonna watch all kinds of them.
Out.
Yeah, every week it's gonna get lit. Every Friday.
We're gonna have some rom-com. There's gonna be some.
Mochi will be all about that.
I just can't do
Go get some drinks.
No, Lolita. I literally just can't. Unless it's in a sarcastic way, then I could.
There was a hashtag last Sunday that said "Drunk Boshi is best Boshi." So I'm just saying.
Wait, when did this exist?
No, the only hashtag I remember is Furchin Merchant.
This was the last week in
Furchin Merchant.
When me and Matt streamed together.
Furchin Merchant to me, please.
Okay, so I was under the influence of some things and some stuffs that you guys know I consume a lot. So I think I tried to say fucking merchandise,
yes,
but what I
fucking merchandise
ended up saying was Furchin Merchant, and little to my knowledge, it became a running banner, hashtag Furchin Merchant.
Now, the best part is she goes, without her knowing, when it was literally running across the bottom of the screen.
I had no idea. Because, like I said, I had been drinking a lot of pops and smoking a lot of cigars.
So, yeah, wait for the shirts, guys. The shirts will be coming. Hashtag Furchin Merchant.
We plan on having, you know what's great, is we'll have a lot of these inside jokes. They're going to be fashionable.
I wasn't tanked. Calm down. My eyes would have been closed.
You don't even know.
Yeah, except usually your eyes are wide open.
Yeah, that's why I'm if I was tanked, I would be speaking a lot less English.
I have
imagine because I laughed and my eyes look like
you said. You know 3 languages, right?
I do. I know Spanish, French, and I'm learning German right now.
You können auf Deutsch sprechen.
I used to know 3.
So far, I know Sprachen Sie Deutschen.
I barely know 1.
Only thing I remember, I took 4 years of German in high school and almost had a minor in college, and I haven't used it since then, so I completely forgot it. And the only thing I remember is Ich bin gestorben.
My dog got something. Sorry.
Oh,
no.
Uh-oh.
Is he okay?
What?
Got something. Something.
He's gotta go take care of the dog.
All I remember is Ich bin gestorben, which means I'm constipated. That's
German is a horrible language to learn. I love it. I absolutely love it. So no one take offense to that. But English is a horrible language to learn. German is also a very difficult and horrible language to learn. There's literally
go ahead.
There's literally
19.
So there's I think it's 19 does. So like depending on the conjugation, so you have dirty das, den, them, denen, diesen.
Ooh,
So, like,
sorry, I was just responding to no way neophobes.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah, well, no way is German, so he's actually from Germany.
Oh, wirklich?
Oh, cute.
So
I want to move there so badly.
I thought it said
yeah.
Norway, for example, so I was about to ask you if you spoke.
I don't even know where this came from.
So then, whoa.
Your dog is apparently thinking about anime just like the rest of us.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness,
She had
guys.
a sock and
Speaking of unicorns, there's also a Bronies channel on the
There
Discord
is.
for any of those Bronies.
really?
Max,
You're
you're
a
up.
brony? No, I'm not a brony. I've
Don't
watched.
do it. Don't
I've
tell me
watched
that.
I've watched My Little Ponies with my wife. I'm not a. I enjoy it, but I'm
I've
not.
never seen
Oh,
it.
you're close.
I
You're on the
was-
borderline. You're on the
I was
borderline.
in Japan when that like became a thing, so I missed all of it.
Yeah, when I was about 21, I was able to speak German, English, Italian, and pretty much Spanish because of Italian.
Oh yeah.
Now I barely remember English.
I can't speak English. Actually, like living in Japan for me, like literally dumbed down my English because I never really spoke it. I'd speak it like with friends and stuff and like my fiance, but about it, like no English. And I haven't made up for it, which is why I'm sometimes awkward on streams, I feel, because I forget words constantly. Like, so sorry if I missed out on like
Italiano ancora posso parlare un pochino. Ma
Yeah.
I mean, so questo posso parlare perché
His Italian's
insegnavo
better
italiano.
when he's around his family.
Yeah, quando sono con la famiglia posso parlare più meglio perché siamo tutti insieme, tutti parliamo italiano, so è più facile per parlare. Però l'italiano non è proprio italiano, è siciliano perché
oh, you
siamo
see,
siciliani.
I heard Sicily. I heard
Yep.
Sicily.
Yeah, sono siciliano. Alcamo, provincia Trapani, da dove veniamo.
Ich verstehe das nicht. Ich auch.
Okay, I understand ich verstehe das nicht means I don't understand you. I know that.
Yeah.
That I understand.
Ich auch.
All right.
I have no hidden talents.
Listen.
I have no hidden talents.
You know, all I can think of is in the Aristocrats Disney. There's what is it? Abraham DeLacy. Da, 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 da. Giuseppe Casey. Da, 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 da. Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
You're too cute for life. Look at
Did we-
you.
Did we finish the series?
I mean, we're almost at an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
we did finish the series.
Did we? Were
we-
you done, Kitten, or did we interrupt you?
She's gone. I can't see her anymore.
No,
What?
Kitten.
Yeah, she's there.
She's literally
But I
right
don't
there.
see her.
Why do you do this
Black
every?
box.
You do this every time.
Don't be mad at me. Don't attack me. I can't use the cord for the computer and run as a droid. Like, pick one. I can either have system errors as a droid or system errors as a computer. Okay, I can't do both.
Oh,
I'm here.
That's
Okay,
flip.
well,
That's flip.
If we're close to wrapping it up,
Please.
let the people know what you guys will be doing next Friday.
What are we going to be watching? Are we
So-
gonna pull it from the Discord? And
Yeah,
then-
we're gonna pull it from the Discord.
Okay, so
And
guys,
I'll
go
make a
put it in the
video.
Discord now.
That is your job. That is your job. Follow
And
us on
then
Twitter,
we'll make the
follow us
announcement
on-
Monday.
on YouTube.
Yes.
Follow us on
Okay,
Go
so
on,
yeah,
Watch and talk
So-
about next week.
yeah. So if you guys,
Stream.
yeah, so get in the Discord. There's a bunch of different channels in there, but there's one that says Fanime Friends. You can
Yep.
let them know in there what you guys want to
Yeah.
go over.
What are we gonna
Um,
spoil? Let's spoil something. Come on, it's fun.
And then, wait, spoil what?
I don't know.
What are we
Whatever
talking
they want us to watch, we're gonna spoil it.
Oh, no, we won't.
No.
We won't
lose view.
spoil it.
We lose. I don't like
We haven't-
spoilers.
Don't
Watch
even,
it like
babe.
that.
Don't even, because when we're at home, we're watching something I've seen. You start slapping me, going spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. So don't, no.
Doctor Who. If you're a Doctor Who fan,
I poke.
spoilers means something
Get it right.
completely else. Like
I don't
different.
fit. I poke.
I can't
also,
hear Marie.
Oh, sorry.
Also,
I
tomorrow,
heard her.
Tomorrow we have Stream Junkies.
Come back in, Boshti. I'll remove you and come back. Can you come back in? Okay.
She'll come back.
Am I louder now? Can you all hear?
We could hear you.
We know. We heard you. Boshti gets this issue every now and then where she can't hear anybody.
Yeah.
Or
Lung, did you want to talk about Stream Junkies?
Yeah. Tomorrow is Stream Junkies, guys. It's good. We're going to be doing it on Osaka's channel this Saturday. Everything starting next week, everything is going to be moved to the Stream Junkies channel, which I put in here. So tomorrow it's going to be on Osaka's channel. We're doing Clone Wars episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. No. Yeah, ask me if you wanted me to do it for a reason, right?
I was really bad at maths, okay?
Here, I'll even do it in German. Episodes 6, 7 und 8.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Da.
Genau.
And I gotta get some news ready for tomorrow. And because I failed on that today. I was spending too much time on Twitter and Discord and all that.
No, I think you've been sleeping for the last 24 hours.
I did a lot of that. I crashed. You know what?
You've been up like all week. So you're like
when I do those hot streams, I have a hard time sleeping, and then the next day I crash.
Is that because
I get intense?
I did not say sex. No way, I said Zex.
It's spelled like sex, though. It's literally SEX is how it's spelled.
Well, it's
everyone in 8th grade German loved that number.
Yeah.
It's great.
I said sex. There, somebody said it.
But it's pronounced
with it
because German S's are Z.
So it's a Zex. Zex Z.
No, I know. I was just so we didn't have. It's fine. It's fine.
And I could do it Italian. And Italian and Spanish are nearly identical.
I see. No way.
Boshti froze. Oh, you froze for a second.
I did.
I froze?
Yeah, but it was funny. You're back now. You're back now.
What happened?
You're fine. All right. So we're going to have you guys tell us what we're going to watch, and we're going to have to make a decision on Monday.
You have to watch it too,
though. We're going to be streaming it on Stream Junkies. So we'll have our own little thing, and we'll also be uploading some clips there too for if you guys can take a look and see. We're going to be doing Wifey Poo Wednesday.
Wifey Poo Wednesdays?
Yeah, she's going to kick off our Waifu Wednesdays.
Yeah. And if you guys are part of the Discord, there's a channel in there that says YouTube links that literally has all the channels for Grey Order, all of our channels. It has a Stream Junkies channel in there. So if you go into the Discord, it's a one-stop shop. It has the links for everything in there.
It's really easy. Super easy. It's complicated at first.
And then on Sunday, you're getting an official update on the Grey Order on Den of Nerds Live. Oh, wait, no, that's never going to happen. It's going to be on the Grey Council. I had to bring a little bit of heat.
God, Josh wouldn't dare be watching this.
Really?
Yeah, but yes. On my channel.
I looked
on my channel
dumb as hell for just like 2 seconds. Thanks, Max. I was like,
what? She thought Max had just a brain fart.
This is actually his plan all along.
Yes.
He was actually going to get us live.
I should do another video. I should do a promo for Sunday. Official update on the Grey Order on Den of Nerds Live. Sunday. Oh, wait. No, that's never going to happen.
Oh.
And I deliberately say waifu wrong because I'm Southern, y'all. So go ahead and laugh at it. I love it. I think it's endearing.
That's so you could just half Southern, half Midwestern.
She's a Southern girl who went to school in Chicago and lives on the West Coast.
Technically, okay, let me explain. Missouri is technically a part of the South.
I don't think of it as Midwestern.
Because Kansas really isn't. It's the most southern of the heartland. So
there's a little twang in Missourians, but not. But
no, it depends.
Missouri.
Northern is Missouri, southern is Missouri. So it's just depends on how close to Iowa you actually are. So
you and Truman.
Huh?
You and Truman.
I don't say Missouri. I say Missouri because I'm from the southern part. So, yeah.
I
It's
think
weird.
when
Missouri
some
sucks.
people consider it a Midwest state because to me it's not a Midwest state. Like
It's
Kansas,
a hybrid state. It's like
it's
because Kansas to me doesn't seem Midwestern either. I don't really know what Kansas is. Kansas is
but
just
you know what it is though, because it's like
just
all fields,
it's just
man.
a suburb of Nebraska. That's really how I feel about Kansas.
I like that. I actually like Nebraska as well.
Oh no,
I have a special
I'm feeling a little
connection
sick
with
myself now.
Town.
Oh no, you were just sick already. You can't be getting sick again.
No,
I think I have the strongest immune system of anybody around.
You're lucky.
Ich liebe dich.
Your back doesn't.
My
I need to
back.
crack my back.
Shots fired.
That's
I have a
structural,
chiropractor.
man. Hey, you try being 45 and do what I was fucking doing.
I feel
all
like
right?
I'm 45.
Well.
Okay, boomer. Sorry.
Thank you. And mind you, it's not like I have always worked from home. For 10 years, I was a union electrician, construction electrician.
Okay.
So I did a lot of hard breaking labor for many years, and that's why my body's all fucked up.
All right.
But
I was just a waitress for a lot of years, and yeah, my body decided to just be like, hey, we're going on strike. Peace. Fuck the knees. Fuck that back.
Carried a sousaphone because I was in the marching band in college, and I played the sousaphone. Thing is like,
I don't know what that is.
It's because it's the most.
Okay. All right. Now I gotta share it.
Phobic Xeno, you weren't working it hard enough. Ow.
Yeah, you weren't working hard enough then, buddy.
This guy looks like he's a good sousaphone player. I choose him.
It's the most obscure weapon, the most obscure band ever.
Hang on.
Fuck.
Did not have yours?
What are you adding?
Can you see it?
You're adding this? What the heck is this about Fanime?
She's explaining what
It's
this
just
is to me.
it's a glorified tuba.
Yeah, so this is what I marched with. And it's like between 25 and 50 pounds, and you just carry that for 9 hours.
You literally can fit in it. Why would you do that?
Because it's a dope AF instrument.
Oh my god, 50 pounds?
Like they have lighter versions.
That's like a Backstreet Boy. That's so much.
Yeah, and then imagine like marching with it like this. Yeah, it's rough. We're all having back issues.
My daughter just did trumpet, and she told me how much it killed her back being in marching band, and that was just a trumpet.
Well,
I know.
But to be fair, you
gotta end it here, Max.
Well, because I gotta finish my review.
It's true.
Oh, that's true. We're already zoning off into.
I know.
See Birds of Prey tomorrow. Yeah,
there is a marching band anime.
There's an everything anime, pretty much.
Yeah, so
it's true.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to see Birds of Prey tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Birds of Prey tomorrow.
We're gonna go see it.
Oh, I was just.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we can talk
wait.
about that at the beginning of Stream Junkies too.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
You know,
I need to get out of the house. So, all right.
So watch your Clone Wars tonight then. If you
okay.
Jolie,
I'm just watching.
Jolie saw it.
Tell us what you thought.
Sorry.
Tell us in the DC Discord.
you want to laugh? I just want to say something real quick because I don't usually watch Geeks and Gamers, but I was about to make a video, just clips of it, because literally for the last week it's been nothing about how it's a feminist movie. It's for women. It's all about misogyny, and he just kept over and over and over and over and over again. And in his video he put up today, I went and saw it, and it's not woke at all. Actually,
I gave him a thumbs up, and I said, "Great video, Jeremy." I did.
Well, at least he was honest,
right?
Aside from trashing it for 2 weeks before it even comes out, then he says it's out.
Pissing me off so much. You don't understand. These people didn't even see it yet. It's not even out yet. You guys are all trashing it. What the fuck?
I don't know what it is. I'm just about to say right here because I don't follow Marvel a lot, and I'm assuming it's Marvel. Is it?
No,
Marvel?
it's DC.
It's DC.
I don't.
Birds of Prey.
Just say you don't follow comics because
it's cool. We'll explain. We'll catch you up.
Well, maybe I'll see tomorrow.
It doesn't take 24 hours. It does not take 24 hours.
No, basically, like, Ren Birds of Prey as a film is going to be perfect for you as a DC, like, you know, because it's like it's not meant for DC fans. So it's just, from what I understand, it's just interesting.
Here we go again. I'm sorry, Bosch. No, you didn't do anything.
Oh,
no
okay.
way. No way. Whoa. People keep saying that it's not anywhere near the source material. Are people who have not read anything about Harley Quinn since New 52. And New 52 has been out for fucking what, 7, 8 goddamn years now at this point. Okay. It's not like, and there was no original fucking Harley Quinn. She was a cartoon character. She was never into goddamn comic books. Okay. So if you want to say the source material is the comic books made for 12-year-old or the cartoon made for 10 to 12-year-olds, okay, sure. But ever since she's been in the comic books and ever since the New 52, the Harley Quinn you're seeing on the screen is based off of that. That is the source material. It's been in the comic books for that amount of time, goddammit. So stop with this. It's not in the source material like it's Batman who was invented in 1938.
He might be talking about the Birds of Prey.
No, he's talking about everything. Okay, let's be serious. He's
well, this is a hot topic. We should do a video on it.
He's hardcore fan. He's hardcore fandom menace. So that's why he's saying
all I'm saying is it's just like it'd be good because it's just entertaining enough to just give you the like enough context of who, like, just to get the not brand association, but basically just get the character association and just like certain highlights of their personality and their backstory. Like if you've never followed DC, it's just like it's got just enough truth in it where it's like you know that these people who these people are.
The one issue with what the movie should have, again, if you don't know anything about it, but the movie really should have been Gotham Sirens, not Birds of Prey.
No, I agree.
That's the issue with it.
Sorry to just go off the rails. From my understanding, when this film was initially conceptualized, that's what it was supposed to be.
Right.
And then I think that Oracle is too awesome of a fucking character to really like, and she's also, because of I think like the mixed reactions to like the Killing Joke and like that whole like transition, I just don't think people are just like ready for that aspect of like DC Comics yet. I just like, that's just me. So it's just like they did Birds of Prey just to have fun because it's you know, like,
well, I don't even think it's fun. What I think was they wanted to introduce Birds of Prey into the cinematic universe, and they didn't know how to get him in, so they just shoehorned it together with Harley Quinn because she's the most popular one other than Wonder Woman. Okay, so they shoehorned it in. If there's a criticism, I'll say they should have stuck with Gotham Sirens and not Birds of Prey.
I think I would 100% agree with you.
Yeah. That's the only issue.
Some of my favorite characters too.
And no way, I've been reading comic books for just as long, dude. Okay, please. I mean, this. Dude, you're acting like I just picked up a comic book last year.
Hey, dude,
Fanime friends.
Fanime.
No, that's fine. I mean, like, it's whatever, dude. You've been reading fucking comics longer than I've been alive, so it's not like I'm not denying you as an authority.
I hate that I've been reading it longer, so I know more.
We should do this tomorrow. We should talk about this tomorrow when we talk about Stream Junkies.
You gotta tell Second Street.
No, this is a tomorrow conversation.
Oh yeah, Black Canary was one of the highlights, definitely.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the portrayal because I'm toying a lot with cosplay.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I want to see it is because of Harley. Because
they basically needed something for her to do. They needed a film, and they didn't want to do Joker because they were also doing a Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and then mixed results about the Jared Leto. So they wanted to do something with. They couldn't have that,
right, Max? But that's what Gotham Sirens would have been, because that was her rebound from Joker, was with being with the Gotham Sirens.
Being poison.
And if anything, if people were talking about woke, that's where she started her relationship with Poison Ivy, and that's, I mean, it's
oh man, it's woke as shit. It's so, oh my god, like it would, so many tears, so many tears, like. But I'm sorry, like I love that series. I am still kind of shopping around for like a really good edition of the graphic novelization. So yeah, like Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thoughts. No spoilers or anything. If you go to just have a good time, you're gonna have it's fun. As much fun as like the original Deadpool to me. Not as good though. Not as good to me, but it's fun. And if you're strict to the comics and you're wanting to stay true to the characters, you're probably going to be disappointed at some points. And
See it already,
but if you go, huh?
Did you see it already?
Yeah, me and Mochi saw it today. She loved it. I had a lot of fun. I could see where comic fans may have some issues with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be that stuff. In Schneider's versions, there was stuff that just was completely wrong. You know, I mean, it is what it is when it comes to movies.
I mean, it is a mixed bag. There's certain things in it. You could tell that. I think they also went back and filmed stuff with the new. I mean,
if you want to be perfectly fair, Infinity War was completely off the comic books. It wasn't. They only took bits and pieces. It didn't follow the storyline of Infinity War from the comics. You know what I mean? There was no Adam Strange or Adam Warlock. I mean, Adam Warlock was a very, very important part of Infinity War, and he wasn't in the movies. So they do that stuff for movies. They're going to change some stuff. You know what I mean? But a certain segment gets angry when they change stuff and it involves women or anything like that. Because now it's identity politics instead of, oh no, it's just movies and they change things up. That's the bottom line. But no, the answer, Mongols, yes, I am doing a stream Sunday. Every Sunday I'm doing a stream, and this Sunday we're reintroducing the Gray Order. We're going to go over all the stuff we have planned and all the stuff going forward and what we are trying to do as a group. So yeah, that'll be Sunday at 3 Central on my channel.
Here's what I would say. We should cover No Way's points in the video. We have to figure out where it will fit, because it's a hot topic. Maybe this week
Snyder didn't really invent those characters, right? That's why there was an 18-year-old Barry Allen, right? He didn't reinvent those characters. That's why there was an 18-year-old Barry Allen. Right? I mean, that's why they had a Batman from Frank Miller's Batman in modern time Justice League, right? That's why he didn't reinvent them, right? He changed a lot of shit.
I just mean sticking to the story. I just mean comic fans and sticking to the character, changing it for film. That's a big hot topic. That's what.
Yeah, we can discuss more of this on Sunday. We have a lot of stuff we can talk about on Sunday. It all falls into it.
What? How do we want to end this stream, you guys?
Fanime friends, yay!
Bossy left. What the?
What? No, I'm here. I'm just doing stuff and things.
For joining us. See us again next week.
I love it. That's it. Goodbye, folks.
Okay, and Ren's channel, you have to subscribe now because she's hosting the stream tomorrow.
Highlighting so bad. Oh,
yep.
There we go.
Go flood. Hey. Go flood her channel.
There's lots of Japan videos there.
It is.
And I'll this will be my final word for those of you that are angry about Harley Quinn movie.
Oh, here we go. I told you no singing.
Tomorrow. You have tomorrow.
Who's singing? Who is that?
That's a baby.
That's a baby.
That's a baby.
I'm glad that's a baby. I was like really concerned.
Hashtag that's a baby.
Oh, no.
That's a sick baby.
Wait, can you do that? Can everybody make I'd love to see it. Do the baby sound, and then everybody has to make a face, pretend like they're making the sound. Do it. I don't want. Press it. Press the button. Everybody do it. I can't be the only
one. Why are we like this?
Mochi, I think my wife left a while ago. I don't know what.
I'm here.
Okay. All right, bye. We're almost at 2 hours. I'm just ending this now.
Yeah,
bye. Wait, but seriously, until next week, you all. So say we all drop your recommendations for anime topics and shows that you would like us to stream. You have from now until midnight Sunday to decide, and then we'll make our announcement on Monday so we can go ahead and, get the sleep that we need to be the stream junkies that you deserve. So y'all keeping it real. We're going to keep on keeping.
That was really good.
Have a good night.
And with that being
Thank
said,
you. Bye.